Hi, good evening, everybody. This is the Planet Earth here. So I'm having a really rough time getting the medication that I need here. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna show you guys my my blood work. I'm gonna show you guys my blood work here. Okay. Do you guys know anything about blood work? Does any of you know about blood work? Well, I'm gonna show it to you. Okay. So this was taken yesterday. Look what they did to me in the hospital, by the way. They poked me one, two, three, four times to get blood work out of me. Check this out. Look at this. They poked me here. Look at this. Right there. And look at right here. They poked me one, two, three times before they even got blood work done. So that's pretty fucked up, man. They got the armband still here. I haven't been feeling very good over the last 3 months. I think I'm not doing too well medically, but I want to show you guys how much of a drug addict I am, according to my Texas doctors, which makes me kind of sad because I'm in the state of Texas where they used to help me, and now they just throw the key away because I'm switching from New Jersey to Texas, and I need my medication. But I'm going to show you guys just how much of a drug addict that I am. I'm going to show you. I am going to show you guys right now. Let me show you. Hold on. Okay, that's not good. Okay. Are you guys ready? So this is why I feel really bad. I know it's dark. I'm sorry. My Note 9 was returned. Okay? So I'm on a cheaper phone. It sucks. But I have to live with that for now. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys my blood work, okay? You guys ready? Here we go. So this is my blood work that they took yesterday. No, this morning. I'm sorry. They took it this morning. So let me show you guys. The date was 2/25/2019. So here we go. All right. So the reason I am feeling ill a lot is because I'm having problems with my iron, and I'm having problems with being with allergies, and I'm having a lot of problems with my white blood cell counts, my red blood cell counts, my MCV, my MCH, meaning that I have not enough iron in my body. This one's almost okay. The MCV is almost normal, but the MCH is very low, which is your iron, and it's very important. Also, my red blood cell counts are a little bit higher than they should be. But now this is where every doctor is making me concerned. I have not been able to get my benzodiazepines, and I'm going through absolute terrible withdrawal. Very bad withdrawal. But I want to show you that they did a urinalysis on me twice, and this is what the urinalysis says. So they tested for opioids, methadone, barbiturates, I don't even know what the hell phenylcylidine is, PCP, amphetamines, benzodiazepines, urine and cocaine, and even marijuana. In my blood work, it is all negative, 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 negative. But everybody wants to call me some sort of drug-seeking drug addict when my blood work shows the opposite. And I don't appreciate the doctors here calling me a drug addict. A nurse yesterday at one of the hospitals called me a drug addict, but then they did this and they retracted their statement. I don't know why my benzos are negative when I take them. I don't know that, David. I don't. I've always had that issue with benzos being negative, even though I do take them. A lot of it has to do with the liver. I did smoke weed in California, but it's not showing up in the blood work. That's what they're thinking. They're not thinking that I'm selling them. It's just they said that Texas is very strict and they don't want to give them out to me. But this is in the ER rooms because I ran out and my doctor in New Jersey doesn't want to write any more prescriptions. So this is the reason why. But other than that, I've been taking I've been taking benzodiazepines for years, and I'm not a drug addict or drug seeker. I don't do these hard drugs that everybody keeps fucking around. Like I don't do this, and yet they're calling me a drug addict when my blood work came around 2 times, and I'm suffering so bad over here. I feel like I'm dying. I had a seizure yesterday, and I feel like I'm dying all the time. I seized out. I ended up in the ER room, and I don't know. It can be a shock. I see Texas is fucked up. They want to call everyone who doesn't drink and shoot an addict. You'd be best served in another state. Been there all my life. It can be a shock. I don't understand this though, man. You would think after seeing the blood work, after they do the urinalysis, that you would think they would help me. I'm just saying, you would think they would help me. Like, how could my own state do this to me and degrade me in the ER rooms and call me a drug addict when the blood work shows negative? But they want to call me a drug addict because I take benzos for anxiety. Yet I'm a drug addict. How the fuck is that possible? I don't appreciate that. I'm also suffering from anemia. I feel terrible almost all the time because I suffer from fucking anemia. And they don't fucking care. Like, they just don't give a shit. In the ER room, I was in tears because the doctor wouldn't even write me a 3-day prescription. Nothing. They wouldn't write me nothing. They gave me some lorazepam inside the ER room, but they didn't even give me a small prescription so I could be fine out here. They're so worried, and this is what they told me in the ER room, guys. This is what they told me in the ER room, and I'm going to tell you right now. This is what they told me. This is exactly what they told me. They said they're worried about their licenses. They don't want to prescribe it because they're worried about their license. That's what they said. They're worried about they're getting their license taken away from the state of Texas. So I think at this point, either the government or these doctors are getting so paranoid about losing their licenses because people keep overdosing, because the only people that overdose are idiots if they mix opioids with benzos or alcohol or whatever. I'm not like that. I just want the anxiety medication. But somehow I'm a drug addict because I want to take my benzodiazepine for my anxiety disorder. I ended up seizuring out yesterday. I have a massive headache. I've been crying all day. I have been crying all day. I have been miserable. I have anemia now, and I feel like shit half the time. I get dizzy and vertigo because of it. And they don't give a fuck. They don't care. I've been to multiple ERs now. And they didn't even give a fuck when I had a seizure. They just treated me there, and they made fucking fun of me, too. And the doctor was laughing about it. I don't understand what's going on. This never used to happen in the state of Texas. But yeah, I'm a bad person. I'm a real bad person because I'm such a bad person because I take benzodiazepines for anxiety disorders, but I am the worst person in the world. And I'm junkie and stuff like that. Yet I just take benzodiazepines for anxiety. I wasn't the one that put them on. I didn't ask for benzodiazepines when I was a teenager. I didn't ask to be put on this medication. They put me on the fucking medication. They didn't tell me about their addictive personality and properties. They didn't tell me that I would become physically dependent. It's not about being red. Texas was a very friendly benzo state like 6 years ago. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. When I needed my medication, I was able to get a doctor to write them with no issues. This Me Too movement, the social justice warriors, and people overdosing is not my fault. I didn't personally make them overdose. But now these doctors are taking this out of control and ruin it for people like us that have generalized anxiety and have real mental issues with that crap. They're ruining it for us, ruining our lives, making our lives miserable while we try to take these medications. I did not ask to be put on benzodiazepines. I never asked. Okay? I never asked to be put on it. I never asked. It was forced on me. It was forced through intramuscular injection when I was in the state hospital years ago. Do you understand that? It was forced on me when I was a teenager. It was even court ordered, for God's sakes. No, in Cali, I never, ever, in Cali, I never, well, at least in Los Angeles, I never had an issue obtaining a benzodiazepine prescription when switching doctors, and I couldn't get a doctor fast enough. I never had an issue with that specifically. Never had an issue with benzodiazepines in California. I guess the Democratic state's a little bit more tolerant of understanding people with anxiety disorders than a Republican state. Now, I love Texas so much, but I sometimes I believe that these people that are working at these ER rooms here in San Antonio, I don't think they're real Texans. Like, real Texans would help people, especially when they're withdrawing. And then my fiance started getting mad at them and saying, well, you know, if he ends up having another seizure again and I'm not there and he dies, can I come after you for a lawsuit? And the guy just laughed. He literally laughed. He laughed. I don't believe these are real Texans. Honestly, I don't. I believe they came from some other state because they don't even look like Texans, some of them, especially the doctors. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened in the state of Texas, but it wasn't like this 6 years ago. It was a lot easier to get emergency prescriptions until I get a doctor out here. I don't know what happened. People are so mean about benzos. And then you can call any number in San Antonio. We don't write prescription for benzodiazepines. We don't write for controlled narcotics. We only write for antidepressant medication. We don't write for prescriptions. And then you call like 500 psychiatrists, and none of them have availability until 2 or 3 months from now. Like, we have a lot. And then this one doctor said there is not enough psychiatrists in the city of San Antonio. But that's just the world you live in. That's just the world you live in. It's sad. It's fucking sad. And this doesn't even help anymore. Even if you're not a drug addict, they'll still get you and they still won't help you. That's just how it is. Even when you're not a drug addict and you don't do these hardcore drugs and you try to remain clean because you're a normal human, and you've been taking benzodiazepines for years, they'll just suddenly cut you off over here in Texas. You guys got to be careful, man. They'll cut you off real quick over here. So just a warning, if you live in the state of Texas or any red state, if you're in a Republican state, they'll cut you off and they'd rather have you seizure out than try to help you with actual medications that you just need to refill. So please be careful about that.